welcome to another iROCK video. Today we are learning all about the major scale. I'm going to show you exactly how to find the notes in any major scale, and then hopefully you'll have the tools that you need to go back to your instrument and back to your guitar to be able to play the scale on the guitar. This is what a major scale sounds like. I'll play you the C major scale. Backwards. Let's go and take a look at the theory behind that scale now. So all scales have scale degrees, and they also have an order of tones and semitones. For any major scale, the scale degrees are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now if we're talking about the key of C and we're talking about a major scale, we need to make sure we start on C, we finish on C, and we fill in all the gaps in between. So here we go: C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Now there are no sharps or flats in the key of C major, so therefore this should be the correct answer, and our scale degrees here should match the notes that are in there perfectly. But we need to double check, because as we move on to harder scales and different keys, things do get a little bit harder. So make sure you've got a little piano drawn down on your bit of paper, because you're going to need that in a moment. And let me show you how this next bit works. So the order of tones and semitones goes like this: tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. And you might notice that I have drawn these T's and S's in between the notes, and the reason why I've done that is because a tone is referring to the distance from one note to the next. A semitone is referring to the distance from one note to the next. A semitone is a smaller movement than a tone. A semitone is the movement of just one note, so from A to A sharp, for example, or from E straight to F. There's no black key there, so E to F is also a semitone. B going to C. C would be here if we were to continue the piano. That's a semitone. C going to C sharp. That's a semitone. Tone is twice as big, so it's two semitones. So we go from C, 1, 2, up to D. That's a tone. Notice the movement? 1, 2. Or if I was on F, I would go 1, 2. So G is a tone higher than F. You can also go lower as well. So let's say B flat, a tone lower than B flat. 1, 2, that's a whole tone, so it would be A flat. A tone lower than F. 1, 2, so it's E flat. Now that we know that, we can start building the notes into our stave and double checking that notes are correct. So let's have a look. C to D should be a tone. Let's have a look. So two movements, there's C, 1, 2. That's a tone to D. So we know that these two are correct. D to E should be a tone. Let's have a look. A tone is two movements. 1, 2. Correct. E to F should be a semitone. E, one movement. F. Correct. F to G should be a tone, two movements. 1, 2. Correct. G to A should be a tone. 1, 2, there's another tone, correct. A to B should be a tone. 1, 2, two movements, correct. And then B going to C, remember C is here, or you can just count straight back to there, should be the movement of just one note. So we go 1, okay, that would be C right there, or back to that one, so it's a semitone. So now I know that the order of tones and semitones has double checked the work that I've done, and I'm correct. At this point, I'm ready to put it onto the stave. So as long as you know your notes, A, B, C, and what I'm going to do is, just to make it a bit clearer, is I'm going to mark the semitones. So we go tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. And we've got C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Okay, so that is how you work out the notes in any major scale. Now what we'll do next is we will work it out in a couple of different keys, and we'll also do one with the key signature and make sure we get the right notes there. Okay? Okay, so let's work out the notes in the key of G major. First of all, we're going to write down the scale degrees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're going to write down the notes. G at the beginning, G at the end, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Excuse my terrible handwriting. Now at this point we have to apply the order of tones and semitones to see if we've done it correctly. So here we go, I'll put them underneath. Tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. You need to memorize this, and you need to memorize this as well. So let's go and check the notes now. G to A, there's my G, and a tone is 2 movements, 1, 2, so they're correct. A to B, 1, 2, so there's another tone, correct. B to C, B, remember C is right next to it, B to C should be a semitone, and that's correct. C to D should be a tone, 1, 2, correct. D to E should be a tone, 1, 2, correct. E to F should be a tone. Oh, can you see there's a problem here? Now I wonder why that is. The problem is because in the key of G major, there is actually an F sharp. So let's go and put that into the key signature up the top here. Alright, so in the key of G major there's an F sharp. So here this needs to be an F sharp, and I just found there was a mistake because of checking it using the order of tones and semitones. If I didn't do the order of tones and semitones, I wouldn't have found that mistake. So here we go, let's make it a sharp. Now the distance from E to F sharp needs to be a tone. 1, 2. So now we're correct. And then from F sharp to G should be a semitone. F sharp to G, just one movement, correct. And now we're ready to put the notes onto our stave. So here we go, I'll put the lowest G in there. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. Now because we're using a key signature, we don't have to put a sharp here. But if there was no key signature, then you need to do that. So you've got a choice that really depends what the question is asking you to do. So then we'll go here, tone, 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 semitone, tone, 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 semitone. I've just marked the semitones to make it more visual. And if you want to put the note names underneath, you can. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp to G. And that pretty much covers it. Let's do another one in another key using flats this time. Okay, so this time we'll do one in the key of E flat major. Now this one's a little bit harder because the key of E flat major has a more complicated key signature. So this time I'm going to put that in right from the get-go, and then we will double check that I've done it correctly afterwards using the order of tones and semitones. So once again, you should be almost memorizing how we do this now. E flat major, write down the scale degrees for a major scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we write down from E flat to E flat and all the notes in between. So I like to do it like this first. E, F, G, A, B, C, D, and then we use that rhyme, battle ends and down goes Charlie's father. So in the key of E, it's battle ends and. So the second last flat, which was actually the E, tells you what key we're actually in. Then we put down the order of tones and semitones. Tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. And then we're ready to begin checking and making sure we're right. So E flat to F. There's our E flat, a tone. So I count 1, 2. F is correct. F to G should be a tone. 1, 2. Correct. G to A flat should be a semitone. 1. Correct. A flat to B flat should be a tone. 1, 2. Correct. B flat to C should be a tone. I'll put the little C here again. 1, 2. Correct. Now C to D should be a tone. 1, 2. Correct. And D to E flat should be a semitone. 1. Correct. Now we're ready to start putting it into our stave. So we will go here first, E flat, and we're going to go all the way up to the E down this end. I'll just shrink it a bit so we can fit in the key up the top. And when you're writing the scale, You can just do it like this first. Line, space, line, space, line, space, line, space. Put in the accidentals. So we go battle, ends, and don't forget there's another E up the top there. So that's battle ends. Ends are those two. You could also do it using a key signature. If you did the key signature, you wouldn't need to put in all of these, and your key signature would be battle, ends, and. So this note here is the second last, so it tells me that it's in the key of E major. Mark the semitones, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. Simple as that. That is how you work out the notes in any major scale. Good luck. Well, there you have it. That is the major scale. I hope you've managed to take away something from that today. Don't forget, if you like what you've seen here, subscribe to our videos, like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter, and find us on the website at www.irockmusicschool.com.au. See you next time.